And welcome to Retrocore Volume 23. Kicking off the show, we got the Dungeons and Dragons collection for the Sega Saturn, featuring the Tower of Doom and Shadows of Mysteria. So we'll start off with the first game in the pack, which is the Tower of Doom. As you can see, we've got 4 characters to choose from, and of course we've got to go the Elf Woman. Now while this game does look pretty much like the arcade original, it does suffer from some really bad loading, and I mean bad loading. Practically between every single scene you have to put up with a loading screen which lasts around about 20 seconds. Which is actually a bit long just to be loading in one scene. Unfortunately, it's not only the loading which plagues this title as being a bad title, it's actually also the sound on it's not too hot. Actual background music's not too bad since it's CD streamed, or sampled anyway, but the actual speech samples are extremely low quality. And do have that muffly effect to them, which seems to affect quite a few Sega Saturn games. But you know, put aside the bad speech samples and the terrible loading times, and you do have yourself a sort of a decent game. Certainly not a complete dump of a game, put it that way. But it could have been a lot better, like the sequel, Shadows of Mysteria. Now actually this game uses the 4MB RAM cartridge, so unless you got that, this game won't be working at all. First game doesn't use a cartridge, so that'll work with or without it. With it doesn't make any difference. Now while the sequel doesn't actually suffer from the same terrible loading times as the original, it does have a pretty long loading time at the beginning. In fact, it takes 40 seconds to boot the game. And so if you do actually get this game and you switch it on and it comes up loading for absolutely eternity, don't worry, the game hasn't crashed. It's still bloody loading. So a lot more characters to choose from this time, but of course we're going to go the Elf Woman again. One really nice thing about this game is the lovely cutscenes which come in between certain levels. Really gives the game that little bit of extra atmosphere. Actually makes it feel more like an RPG than a straightforward slash 'em up. Animation wise, it is a lot better than the original as well. Mainly due to the extra RAM, I guess. Also speech samples are a lot more clear as well. So as far as attacks go, you got your standard swing attack, which you can actually, if you keep pressing the button fast enough, you can actually get a few combinations out. You've also got a jump down dive attack, which you can see happening right here. And you've also got like a special attack, which you press punch and jump at the same time. Add the fact that you've got a couple of magics as well, which you can choose from. Give you quite a wide variety of attacks. There's a really nice feature in the game where you can actually crawl across the floor and attack enemies as they lying there. And I'd say nothing beats smacking the crap out of a couple of bad guys who just beat the shit out of you. Go on, you blue shit. As well as having pretty good visuals and actually pretty good sound as well. The game also plays very well, which is what's most important. So every time you complete a level, you get to visit the little store and pick up on a few extra items to aid you in your quest. But before you actually get to the store, you do actually get a little bit of powered up status information on your character. So here we see the store. Here you can buy extra weapons, magics, and so on. All the things a grown elf woman needs. So overall, Virtua is very happy to give Dungeons & Dragons collection on the Sega Saturn a lovely score of 9 out of 10.
Aber ich hörte, neue Panzer wurde gefunden in Sibirien. Neue Panzer? Nicht leider. Ist nicht ein Stau.
Yep, it's that crazy penguin. If you can call it penguin, it's Hebereke. And Here he is in his very own puzzle game. You gotta admit this story mode, which is on right now, is bloody, it's a riot, isn't it? I wonder who wrote that.
Round 1. Ready? Start!
I just gotta say, I love that Japanese voice there. Ready? Start! Believe it or not, this is actually the PAL version as well. Let's see, since I've kept all the original speech in there. As you can see, the game is sort of a Puyo Puyo type puzzle game. But with the difference, in Puyo Puyo you can actually link up to 4 blobs. Well, actually you do have to link 4 blobs in any direction you want, so you can have them sort of going up and vertically as long as they join, and it's okay. But you can't actually have a diagonal link in Puyo Puyo. And this is where Hebereke is actually different. In this game you can only have vertical, horizontal or diagonal links. You can't actually have sort of vertical and horizontal joining each other. It just makes it quite difficult at times. In fact, this game is a hell of a lot tougher than Puyo Puyo. So as having the standard story mode, you've also got a versus mode where you can have 1 player versus computer or 1 player versus 2 player. Choice of 4 characters to choose from. You got Heber or Chad Jennifer for some strange reason, and this little guy at the end whose name I didn't catch. One of the main highlights with this game is the music. As you can hear, it's absolutely mad. That's probably some of the most impressive stuff on the Super Famicom as well, to be honest. Well, the closest you're going to get to a Streets of Rage style soundtrack anyway. That may look like I'm completely boasted up here, doesn't it? I've got a plan. Just you wait and see. There you go, what did I tell ya? So if you get a big weapon combination like that, you can actually freeze some of the opponent's blocks, which makes it even more difficult for them. Little character icons that fall down can usually be blowing up, but once your little ball screen turns into ice cubes, basically you're fucked. Oh well, looks like I lost. So here we've got the tournament mode. And go on quick, place your bets. Who's going to be the winner? I'm placing bets on player 4. Go on, player 4. Oh, you useless bastard. Ah, player 81. Congratulations if you chose that one. So, Hebereke, no Popun. Very challenging puzzle game with some crazy music in it. And that lovely bit of sense of speech as well. So I'm very happy to give it the score of 7 out of 10. It is actually a little bit too difficult for the beginners of this genre, I should say, to get into, but if you've been playing the action puzzle games for quite some time, you might find this one to your liking. Just imagine in the mid-90s all the bloody happy hardcore guys banging the heads to this one, couldn't you? Or maybe not. game many people said was a Dreamcast answer to Metal Gear. This is Headhunter. Released only in the UK. A bit of a shame really, because it's such a fucking good game. So the game starts off with our hero Jack Wade waking up from the operating table. He's got amnesia, hasn't got a clue what's going on. So of course the first thing you do is try and escape from your captors. I see, here he is. Jack's making the best use of his surroundings there. So once Jack breaks out of wherever he is, he finds himself waking up again in the hospital. While he's in the hospital, he gets a couple of visitors, including his old chief of police, who sort of fills him in on what he did, and a new woman called Angela Stone, who sort of hires him as a hitman, or a headhunter as they're called in this game. So anyway, once you get all that information, the first thing you got to do is get yourself a license. And you get your license by taking part in these so-called virtual reality simulations. So it's a variety of different tasks you can do, such as training on your bike, or learning lots of different skills to take out enemies. In this case, you got to get to the exit without actually letting the enemies see you or hear you.
Hi Jack, how's it feel?
So once you pass your little test, you get these little scenes pop up every now and then, which sort of explain the story of the game. As well as these, you get loads of little FMV cutscenes as well, which certainly remind me of Robocop, the way the news is told on that. So one of my favourite sections of the game is the motorbike section. And don't be fooled into thinking this is some sort of sad attempt to bolt on a racing game. It certainly isn't. It actually plays a big part in the game. So while you're racing around the streets, you actually have to rank up a certain amount of points so you can gain, I don't know what it is, but it's just called like getting enough respect to do the next checkpoint. Don't have enough points, you won't get through the checkpoints. Woohoo! Up the bloody ramp we go. And the city is absolutely vast. You know, you can drive your bike almost anywhere.
Yeah. That'll teach people to go.
Here we go, a nice little cutscene here.
What do you do with the other one? He's taking a lie down in the corridor outside the John. How about we do some target practice? Starting with those cans, then move on to this.
So as well as having loads of action scenes in the game, it's actually got quite a bit of, well, not quite a lot, but it actually does have a bit of a puzzle element in there as well. Where you got certain objects which need to be moved, or certain tests which need to be done before you can progress throughout the level. One part that I really do like is the where you can actually destroy practically anything inside. See this? Just blow out the windows. There's also a couple of bikes which are parked around the corner which you can blow up as well. And not to mention you can blow the shit out of the petrol pumps. Nice little Resident Evil 4 viewpoint there.
I figured Bruce wasn't quite ready. But hey, you gotta let him make their mistakes. Else, how are they gonna learn?
I'd say pay to crime doesn't pay.
I was thinking more shoot first, talk after.
Now you're probably expecting this game to be quite a short one, but it's actually quite long. It takes place over 2 discs as well. It's certainly got enough variety in there. Further into the game, you actually get to play as the woman who hired you, because your main character, Jack, who you are now, gets taken prisoner. And you end up finding yourself blowing away SWAT teams inside supermarket malls. You end up on a ship and some underwater prison base. Certainly a lot of places to visit in this game. But the game isn't without its faults. It is extremely buggy. The toggling system and everything works fine in the game. One of the main problems is the amount of bugs which are in the game, such as falling through floors, which can happen. Your bike getting bloody stuck against the wall with your speedometer going up to something like 300 million miles per hour and the screen just goes completely black. That's happened to me a few times. And there are actually a couple of points where you can actually drive right through the scenery and actually drive straight out of the world, which you're about to see right now. Here we go. So we're driving down the sewers. Oh shit, we're coming up to the wall. Ah, smack right into the wall there. And right through it. And I'm not using any cheat codes or nothing here to make this happen. And this isn't the only place in the game where this happens as well. This happens quite a few places. But you know, I actually love things like this. You get to explore parts of the area which you're never meant to see. Okay, where those barriers go. So while Headhunter is not exactly perfect, it certainly is an excellent game and definitely well worth picking up. Unfortunately, being a PAL only game, it's going to be pretty hard to find these days. But if you do, get it. It's got a score of an 8 out of 10. Possibly the only, in fact I'm pretty sure it is the only rhythm music game for the Sega Saturn. Cashing in on the success of Proper the Rapper and that follow-up or semi-follow-up Lammy Jam or whatever the fuck it was called. This is Jungle Rhythm for the Sega Saturn from Altron. As you can see, it certainly shares the look from Proper the Rapper. But is it any good? Well, you're about to find out. So to the left of the screen you can see a little wow and boo bar. And basically this depends, well, in theory anyway, it's meant to give you the wow or the boo depending on how good or how bad you do. But what I've actually found out is that you can do absolutely crap and still give you the wow. You can get it absolutely spot on perfect and they give you the boo. So what the fuck it's meant to be used for, I do not know. Certainly not used for what you think it's used for. Anyway, between every single song in the game you get these little cutscenes which explain the story of the game. Basically the main story of the game is our main character here, who's looking a bit pissed. Is in love with well, not in love, but she got a crush on the main pop idol, who's called Chore King. Or so they call him. Basically, she, the story goes, she does one song to another and ends up with a bloody ticket to go and see him on stage. Not exactly inspiring. So the music's a mixed bag really, nothing's exactly too outstanding. But you know, it's decent enough. This song's pretty nice. What I forgot to mention before about the wow and boo bar is that if it actually goes all the way down to the boo, it's game over, you know, you can't continue the song. Which can be really annoying if you're doing really, really good and it keeps giving you boos all the time. But what I did find out though, or what I think is happening, is it doesn't actually matter if you get the key pressed exactly as the computer does it. It's the rhythm of the presses which counts. So you can actually have every single bloody button pressed later than it should be pressed and still get a wow. Or at least I think that's what's happening. Sometimes it seems to have a mind of its own. So as you can guess, a music game which isn't exactly timed right is a bit of a duffer. Another problem with the game is sometimes the speech samples for your character are a bit crap, as you can hear on this version of the song. Sounds like she's singing in a bloody tin can. So throughout the game you do sometimes get little improvisation sections. Now my advice to you is just press the buttons as fast as you can. Forget about doing any sort of a decent combination, because it's not going to get you anywhere. Just smack as many buttons as you can. You're guaranteed to get at least 100. As you're about to see from the judges in a minute. So as you can see, I was doing pretty bad there, and the rest of the game, the rest of that level should say, I did even worse. But just look and see what scores I get. Oh, by the way, just before the scores come up, I'll tell you, Hebereke's only going to give Jungle Rhythm a pretty sad score of 5 out of 10. Sorry, Saturn fans. Here you go, look at that! 108, 97, 100, 100, and I did absolutely shit! What the hell was all that about? Well, I suppose you can probably guess it's a platformer from the early 90s, so obviously his girl's been kidnapped. This is Marvel Land for the Sega Mega Drive, otherwise known as Talman's Adventure in the West. Why exactly it's known as Talman's Adventure, I don't know, because the guy's name is Paco, or at least in this Japanese version he is. So straight away you can see that Marvel Land is something a little bit special. Some lovely colourful graphics there. While they don't exactly look 16-bit-ish, they're still not too bad, especially for such an early Mega Drive game. So throughout the game you can pick up little icons. You can see here we've got what I like to call our duplicate icon. God knows what it's really called, but it just makes a load of copies of yourself, which you can actually swing around and pick up items with. Also comes very in handy for killing enemies, as well as the duplicate power up. You got these lovely dragon wings which enable you to do really high jumps. And you can also flutter your way down as well. Really handy for getting to those hidden level doors. One of my favourite levels on the game. Actually, when I used to play this for the very first time, I always wished you could see from a first person view, but obviously back then it just wasn't possible. But whatever you do on this level, don't try and be a smart ass, or you're gonna fall off just like that. Crap. Marvel actually quite tough, to be honest. It's not exactly tricky, you know, to get yourself around the platforms or the mazes or whatever. The fact that the fucking enemies always kill you. Namco really put them in some sneaky places. But I suppose all adds to the fun, I guess. Talking about fun, here's one of the boss battles. Absolutely crazy, the boss battles in this game. In this one you gotta pump up your balloon to drop water on your enemy before your main boss character drops water on your little bunny girl. And look at me there, banging away. Had the wrong bloody pump on my head. Ah, that's the one. Oh, looks like I'm gonna lose. Ah, bloody typical. One thing which I must say there is a bit of a flaw in Marvel Land is the absolutely terrible slowdown in it. You can see here the game's running at, you know, half the frame as what it should be running at. You know, sometimes that slowdown can really put you off while you're playing. It can make you miss crucial jumps and so on. Another thing which does have a problem with is sprite flicker. It seems to me that Namco didn't exactly optimize the code for this game. You have to slow down when there shouldn't really be any slowdown because all the sprites are pretty small. You got some really bad flicker when, you know, there was games out at this time which had much more going on the screen without so much flicker. But, you know, if you can look over some of those problems, you will find the game quite entertaining. And you just see there we had another boss battle where you got to play Junkin. So every time you complete a boss game, or boss battle I should say, your little woman with your SQ comes down, gives you a lovely kiss, and hands you one of the magic orbs. 4 of which are hidden in the 4 different lands of Marvel Land. And each land's got a total of about 7 levels as well. So when you complete the boss stages, you get these little bonus stages, which are full of loads of little Namco icons. Or mascots, I should say. How many do you recognise? Apart from Pac-Man. So anyway, overall, Marvel Land's pretty good platformer. It's got its problems, but still worth a 7 out of 10. It's good old Neo Geo time. Neo with Neo Driftout.
Driftout. New technology.
So starting off the game, you get the typical good old how to play. As you can see, not too complicated. Push the joystick left or right. 1 button accelerates, 1 button brakes. So first thing you gotta do is enter in your name for your high score ranking. And after that, choose one of the 3 cars. Now, maybe there's not that many cars, but at least they're all fully licensed. You got Toyota Celica, Subaru Impreza, and the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. So stage 1, as you can guess, is very easy. Basically, you're racing on a tarmac road.
3, 2, 1,
Now I must say that usually racing games from the overhead perspective are pretty crap. Or they just don't feel like you're racing. But this one actually does. You do get the feeling of actually, you know, rallying. So Visco's certainly done a very good job. The cars actually all handle differently as well. With the Celica being probably the default car and probably the easiest one to get to grips with, allowing you to take most corners at high speeds. By the way, I must apologise for the pausing on this. Looks like It went a bit screwy when I was doing the encoding. That'll teach me to run about 50 applications at once. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the game control is absolutely amazing, and all the different terrains that you race on do make a big difference to the way the car controls. Even this stage here, we're back on the tarmac, but it's a bit on the icy side, and your car does seem to slide quite a lot. But then again, you've got the full ice course coming up later on, and the car goes even wilder. Basically, if you played Sega Rally, you expect every other racing game after that to play like a rally game. And even though this game's older than Sega Rally, it certainly does play just as good. So Neo Driftout on the Neo Geo gets a wonderful Virtual Course score of 7 out of 10. The only thing that lets it down a little bit is the fact that it is a little bit easy, or at least I thought it was. But enough for the quick arcade blast. It's certainly entertaining. And if you can find the home cartridge version cheap enough, I seriously do recommend you pick it up.
Oh my god!
最近さくらさん来なくなっちゃったね。さくらお姉ちゃんはママになれないの？お邪魔します。どうしたの？さくらお姉ちゃん、みんな家族らお？寂しいのは嫌らお。天使の尻尾ドラマ CD がついて好評発売中。よろしくね、ご主人様。バイハドソン。
待て待て待て、構想3年秋8年、ついに俺様が主役だ。女俺様の女がさらわれた。常識外れのロープレイゲーム、奇想恋愛魔境、歌舞伎伝、ジパング一の伊達男、歌舞伎団十郎とは俺様のことよ。
買わなきゃハドソン。ミッキーマウスとその仲間たちがテトリスの世界に登場。マジカルテトリスチャレンジフィーチャリングミッキー。ラピアだよー。カプコン。どんどん波動拳、どんどん昇竜拳、どんどんこれからは外でも中でもストリートファイター03。
カプコン。
ゲームボーイで対戦型テトリス。ケーブルをつなぐと新しいテトリスに出会える。ファミコンでは味わえなかった面白さ。この興奮はやった2人にしかわからない。ゲームボーイソフト対戦型テトリス新登場。
ついに禁断のドラゴンが解き放たれた。触れたら最後、日本全土がハルマゲドン。ドラゴンクエスト3、そして伝説へ。
セガサターン
アムロデビュー in セガサターン Dance Lesson and Game Digital Dance Mix コンビニで。
There's an awful lot of people say this game is absolutely amazing. You know, they say it's basically a Final Fight on the Famicom, or Nintendo. And you know what? Talking out their ass. It's a sack of shit. Well, alright then, it's maybe not a complete, not a total sack of shit, but it's nowhere near as what Final Fight was. It's more like bloody Double Dragon. Okay, well, let's have a look. The graphics are colourful, I guess. And, you know, you got characters in there and that, you know, resemble the original characters in a cute, super deformed way. And the music is okay-ish, absolutely bugger all like the original, mind you. But the main problem is the way it plays. You know, at any one time in the game, you've only got 3 bloody characters on the screen, and one of them is yourself. Enemies do have the tendency to run into you and smack the crap out of you, with you being able to do absolutely nothing about it. Oh, there you go, that bit of a tune's from the original. And as far as attacks go, you've only got one button, which is punch. Fair enough, if you press punch and jump together, you get the special get away from me type of move, a special move. But another thing which is quite annoying is the punch is actually rapid fire. So you hold down the punch button and, you know, he lets out with 3 hits. So unfortunately, Mighty Final Fight on the Famicom is a little bit on the dull side. Not exactly anything wrong with it in a serious sense, it's just that, you know, it's not very well thought out. It's fun for the first level, give it that, but after that it soon drags on. Pretty bored watching this feature already, aren't you? Anyway, only gets a retro score scored off 5 out of 10. I'm sure you'll find some other better beat 'em ups on the Famicom than this. Then again, at least it's slightly more playable than Final Fight Revenge or whatever it's bloody called on the Sega Saturn, the 3D one. Now that is a sack of shit. It's Chase HQ running on the Sharp X68000. Now you're probably wondering why this shout of the month. The Sharp X68000 is always home to arcade perfect ports, or near almost perfect. Oh, what the fuck's this? Does that look like Chase HQ Arcade to you? No, certainly doesn't. Probably what you can't notice from this video is how fucking blocky the graphics look. They are unbelievably blocky, they're disgusting. And it's that bad, the PC Engine version's a million times better than this. You know, at least that looks like the arcade and it's an 8-bit machine. Even the Master System version's better. They don't even get the arresting scene. Complete shite. He looks as hard as nails, doesn't he? Max Warrior for the Famicom. As you can see, it's sort of as you can see, it's a walk-along shooter. Or more of a diagonal shooter, I should say. And basically, this is all the game has to offer. Yeah, but you sort of walk along through each of the levels, shooting what comes towards you, and that's about it really. Well, it's not too bad, but one of the main problems with it is the collision detection seems to be a bit off. I don't know whether it's because of the angle the game's drawn, or whether just the programmers didn't get it right, but sometimes you do seem to be getting hit when you shouldn't be. Well, graphic-wise it looks fairly decent, I guess. Unfortunately the soundtrack's not too hot, basically this tune plays throughout most of the game. Weapon-wise you got a few variations of your blaster. You got your forward laser, a backwards laser, and a twin shot laser. And that's about it. Oh yeah, you got a shield as well. So as you can see, not too exciting.
It's the bloody Simpsons for the arcade. Now you're probably wondering who the hell I am. Well no, I'm not bloody Sanjay. I'm Sanjay's long lost cousin. And I'm here to tell you about this bloody game starring all my friends. Oh, here we go at the first bloody stage in downtown Springfield. And as you can see, I'm playing as Marge. Now, I've always had a bit of a thing for Marge, but that bloody Mo from bloody Mo's Tavern is always having a go at her as well. So I never get the bloody chance to cope up with her. Now Marge might be a fine lady, but she is absolutely bloody useless at fighting. As you can see, she's just being bloody killed. All her moves consist of swinging that bloody vacuum cleaner around, but she can pick up objects as well. And every now and then she keeps bloody asking how her bloody hair is.
Ready?
Sometimes in the game you get to play these little bonus rounds. And as you can see, Marge is pumping away. She's not pumping away on me though. I tell you, sometimes my joystick is that big as well. As you can see from the top of the screen, Simpsons is actually a 4-player game. But because I've got no friends, I'm actually playing on my own. You can play as one of the main members of the Simpsons, either Marge, Homer, or Bart or Lisa. But to tell you that bloody Bart, if I catch him trying to steal my squishies again, I'll fucking kill the bastard. So every now and then when you just stand there and do absolutely bugger all, a bit like Homer on a weekday, the little hurry up hand will come on. And if you don't move, it will bloody move you. Just watch this here. Give March a bit of a flick up the backside.
How's my hair?
Ooh, I wish I could do that myself. Here we can see one of the buses. Everybody says it's Krusty, but I think it's that handsome Pete guy who works down at the docks. Now, haven't I seen this level somewhere before on another Konami game based on an American cartoon? Is that bloody Mo in the background? I wish I was a selectable character on this game so I could give him a right good seeing tooth.
Oh dear.
Sometimes in the game you can call on your partner to help you out. As you can see, that big fat bastard Homer has joined us. Let's just get rid of this guy over here. That's right, Marge, hit him with your bloody stick or your vacuum cleaner. So every now and then, Marge can join together and form a little wheel.
Up and at 'em! Up and at 'em!
This can come very in handy for sorting out those bad guys who just will not die. Look at Homer, that big fat bastard just yawning. But anyway, as you can see, The Simpsons is actually quite fun. And it features many characters and all my friends from The Simpsons world. Unfortunately, this was never brought out for the home, and has remained an arcade classic ever since. So I'd like to give it the retro score of 8 out of 10. Available in 4-player and 2-player modes.
That's right!
How's my hair?
Well guns, this one's Game of the Month for the Super Famicom. By Natsume, or could it be by Taito? Who knows, but Natsume certainly made a lot of Taito conversions. Could be just Taito under a different name. Anyway, you got to couch choose from, you got Clint and Annie. Of course, we're gonna go Annie, the woman. Always gotta go the woman character. Why? Because they look better, that's why. Actually, in this game, she does look a lot better. So as you can see, it's a shooter. But not a light gun shooter, and not a walk along platform shooter either. It's more of a Operation Wolf style shooter, which is by title. But what we have here is quite a unique way of playing. Your main character can actually walk or jump across the screen. So you've got complete freedom there. which actually aims at the people in the background by using the little toggle on the screen, which you also control. Now while you're moving that left and right, you can't actually move your character. So to move your character, you actually have to stop shooting, which isn't actually that difficult, to be honest. Your main weapon is just a standard gun, but you can also pick up extra weapons such as bazookas and rocket launchers. You've also got a lasso which you can shoot out by rapidly pressing the fire button. Not only that, but your character can also pick up items from the ground, such as the grenades you just saw there below up next to me. You're actually able to pick them up and lob them into the background to blow up the enemies. The game is full of loads of little nice touches, such as bits of the background which you can blow away. The lovely explosion ripple effects when you let off a bomb. And also all the little bits of detail in the actual background. Special mention must also go to the music in Wild Guns. Absolutely fantastic. Certainly captures the atmosphere of the Wild West. Now probably from looking at this video here, you're probably thinking that the game's actually quite easy. In fact, it's not. It's actually quite hard. Well, not that hard that you're going to be pulling out your hair, but it does take quite a while to get used to it. Which is no bad thing, because you certainly don't want to be finishing the game as soon as you buy it, do you? You can see it when I'm throwing the hand grenade, it sort of just goes into the middle of nowhere. Because you actually got to aim where you throw them with your target. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually doing too well with that at the time of making this video. So Edgecore certainly recommends that you find a copy of Wild Guns and buy it for your Super Famicom. Not so much of a game, this one. This is in fact a bit of a bonus. This is the Virtua Fighter History CD that came with the Japanese version of Shenmue 2. And in the first print of Shenmue 2 as well. So basically, what does the disc show you? Well, not that much that I haven't seen before. But it does have a few little extras in there which are well worth seeing. Such as the birth of Virtua Fighter. As you can see here, the very first I don't know what you'd say, sort of character human models first appeared in Virtua Racer. After that they went into some dramatic gravity effects, which are completely unrealistic. And then you get to see a little bit of the prototype version of Virtua Fighter. One weird thing about the prototype version is that everyone's names are bloody spelled wrong. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people have their names spelled wrong, especially Sarah. S-A-R-A. And then we move on to a bit of Virtua Fighter 2 action. This is actually a texture map test Looks pretty scary. The only original character in there is Pi. Looking like she did on a Virtua Fighter remix. And then it goes into Virtua Fighter 3. So as well as covering all the different video features of the 4 Virtua Fighter games, it also covers all the soundtracks as well. And they're actually the arcade versions, not the Sega Saturn remakes. So you can actually get the original Virtua Fighter 1 soundtrack taken from the Model 1 arcade board. Here at the moment you can see the Sega Model 3 tech demo. It just shows off the power of the Model 3 board. And for those who don't know, the Sega Dreamcast is sort of a slightly watered down version of the Model 3. Doesn't look too bad all these years later, really. And last one in the Virtua Fighter series for the Sega systems, that is Virtua Fighter Kids, which appeared on the Sega Saturn. Actually nothing too much of interest in the Virtua Fighter Kids section, basically it just has all the FMV engines from the Sega Saturn version. And we move on to Virtua Fighter 4, which was planned to come on the Dreamcast apparently, but never did. So, sort of make up for it, Sega released this disc with Virtua Fighter history. Not that it's much of a consolation, to be honest. As well as featuring loads of promotion videos for Virtua Fighter 4, it actually features a load of the original artwork as well, including some of the arcade advertisements, as you can see right here. And don't worry if you think they're a bit small, because you can zoom all the way in. Suchie, Doki Nightmare, better known as the Throbbing Nightmare. First thing you notice is the presentation is absolutely beautiful on this game. And actually this could be the first level adventure game we've actually ever featured on Metro Core. And what a game to start it all off with. So when you first start off your game, you actually have to play a bit of a shooter. Well, at least on the Sega Saturn version you do. PlayStation version actually has a different game, that's all I believe. So this little shooter here only consists of 2 levels. First level you jump up and down across trees, and the second level where you're in some tatami room. Now the idea of this is you're actually playing this game in the main character's game center. Kyoko, who is the main character, actually works in the game center, or the arcade, whatever you want to call it. And depending on how you're doing this game, she'll either compliment you, saying you're a great player, or just say you need more practice. It doesn't actually have any serious outcome on the end result of the game. Actually, the shoot 'em up section is really easy. As you can see, this last boss didn't even attack you. Pure class, that one. It actually says, wow, this is so big, I don't think it can actually fit inside me. He goes to lick and the whole thing falls on the floor. Great. Now, Suchie Doki Doki Nightmare, it's actually an 18 certificate, but not a red 18, it's actually a yellow 18, which means it's a bit on the tame side. But it does contain a bit of kissing and some semi-nudity in there. But nothing too bad, to be honest. Unlike the red 18 games. So the whole idea of the game is to find out why the women are having nightmares. And you do this by going to visit them, asking them questions, and basically being nice to them. But it's also actually a bonus of being nice to the characters. Because if you are actually really nice to them, they do actually want to be your girlfriend. And by the end of the game, you do actually have a choice of which character you want to be your partner, I guess. But you have to be really careful though, because if you're really not too nice to the women throughout the game, and you do actually choose them to be your girlfriend at the end, they'll probably just turn around and tell you to piss off. You can see here a couple of the women dressed in pretty much next to nothing, are having some nightmares. And you got your responsibility to find out why they've got nightmares. So here we go, you got the map screen, and this is where you visit different people within the game. The game only actually lasts for 7 days, and of course you got your morning, noon and night. So you're actually limited on time. And the best thing about the game, the whole game is voice driven, so every single bit of text in the game does have speaking to go along with it. Of course here it doesn't, because I'm skipping it frantically to just get past it all. And this is really handy because if you can't actually read Japanese but you can understand the sound of it, it makes it quite easy to play. So this little woman here pops up every now and then. She's actually the woman who gives the people the bad dreams. Now if you answer questions correctly, you will be able to save the women from having the nightmares. But if you fail, you're going to be having nightmares and they won't wake up then. Now this is going to be the main stumbling block in the game for people who can't speak Japanese. And even when you can speak Japanese, it's still bloody tough because you don't get much time to answer the question, as you'll see right now. Actually I answered this one pretty fast. So as I was saying, yeah, she pops up every now and then throughout the game, and she gives you a bit of a challenge. Pass the challenge, save the girl. Fail the challenge, she's going to be in Nightmare City for the rest of her life. To be honest, the whole plot of the game is completely and utter crazy. As well as having the normal game, you actually have a load of bonus extras as well. Just here we got the CG gallery, but these only come up once you've actually completed the game or visited a few characters within the game. When you first put the game on, you've got absolutely nothing there. So we'll go and have a look of some of Shiho's pictures. Shiho is actually an alcoholic. She gets completely pissed during the game. And what you can't tell on this video, that these are all actually running in this Saturn's highest resolution and look absolutely beautiful. So as well as having the CG gallery, you've also got a video gallery as well to show you all the movies within the game. And surprisingly, the actual picture quality of the movies is actually really good. I was quite surprised, to be honest. So as well as having the normal game mode, you've also got the date mode, which is actually on disc too. So as you can see here, the date mode takes place after the main game, basically when the woman says she'll be your girl. And there's actually no right or wrong answers in the date mode. So you choose whatever you want. It's more of a comedy follow-up story, to be honest. As well as having the date mode on the second disc, you've also got a load of bonus extras, just like on the first disc, including a full sound test. You can listen to all the vocal music tracks, plus the background music. As well as the sound test, I've also got more bonus games, which includes this 4-player mini game. So in this mini game you got 3 different variations. This one which I really like is where you gotta collect the items, and if you collect the beach balls you can actually lob them at the characters to knock points off them. But keep away from the water, because if you get caught by the tide you get swept away with it. And in this next variation of the game, you got to pick up the bombs and throw them at the opponents. The more bombs you throw, the more points you get. So Hebereke is very happy to give Suchie Doki Nightmare, or Suchie Throbbing Nightmare, a wonderful score of 8 out of 10. Not exactly a hard game, but there's loads of extras in there and loads of stuff to keep coming back. See how many women you can date and get the different openings and endings and all the bonuses in there. And definitely a good game to get into this sort of genre of love adventures. It's the Interactive Movie Action Selection Volume 2 for the Sega Saturn, featuring Time Girl and Ninja Hayate. Now, one of the best things about these compilations is that they allow you to configure everything in the game. So you can have not only the standard arcade version, but you can have a full arranged. You can also have the levels come up in selectables, where you can select each level or within time periods, or even as a test mode. Not to mention that we can also change the language as well, and text, as well as add little eye catches in between the levels. There's an awful lot in there. Unfortunately, being a direct copy of the Laserdisc, in fact I probably just took the bloody Laserdisc and copied the video off it. It doesn't have the snazzy intro which the Mega CD version has, since Wolf Team actually redid the intro for that version. But still, at least it's authentic. So we've got the little eye catchers switched on at the moment, as you can see. Here's one. You can switch them off, so just go straight into the game like the normal Laserdisc original arcade does. One big thing you'll notice about this in the Mega CD version is this version is actually full screen. And of course the controls are pretty sharp, no problems there. And the on-screen displays are fairly easy to see, unlike Strel, which can be a little bit difficult. In my book, Time Girl is definitely the best game of the two on the set. There's just so much atmosphere in there, whereas Ninja Hayate seems a little bit on the empty side, to be honest. I think it might have something to do with the actual main character on Time Girl never shutting up, yapping away all the bloody time. Also, throughout certain points in the game, you actually get a choice of what you want to do by selecting certain options on the screen, which adds that little bit to it. And of course, with Time Girl, you can't forget those hilarious death scenes. In fact, how would you like to see one? Classic. Okay, so let's take a look at Ninja Hayate. Actually, when you choose a different language of ninjas on the Ninja Hayate, you can actually get 2 different title screens up. So here's the English version.
Ninja Hayate.
Yeah, Ninja Hayate. Fucking exciting, or Japanese version. Ninja Hayate. Somehow the Japanese version does sound a little bit more exciting. So from the intro it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? But unfortunately it's a little bit on the quiet side, as you're about to find out when you play the game. Also, like Time Girl, you can customize pretty much everything in the game, to be honest. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. It's got some bloody awful background hissing as well. So like I said, Time Girl's probably the main game on the package, but you know, Ninja Hayate is a welcome addition. So overall, these type of games, you either hate them or you love them. Personally, I like them. So I'm going to give it a nice score of 7 out of 10. And just out of interest, Volume 1 of the series features Roll Blaster and Thunderstorm effects, which were also both on the Mega CD. Let's see if Ninja Hayate dies as good as Time Girl. Maybe not. Since we had anything on the PC Engine. So this month we bring you Superstar Soldier. Yeah, you guessed it, being a PC Engine title, it's a shooter. One more shooters on the PC Engine than anything else. Or could it be the Saturn with the most shooters? Whichever one it is, it's pretty close. As you can see, nothing too special as far as graphics are concerned, but you know, they certainly do the job. But what really stands out in this game is a lovely soundtrack. A little beefy bass. So as you can see here, sort of R-Type inspired boss. You've got to blow away the red, whatever it is in the middle. Enough damage and the whole lot will explode, just like that. So as far as power-ups are concerned, you got your typical array of power-ups, such as a laser, which actually comes out in little spears in this game, as you can see right now. You've also got some sort of green lightning attack, your standard Vulcan, and a very nice flamethrower, which is quite unique, I guess, to a shooter, or a space shooter at least. So that's how you got missiles you can pick up every now and then, which sort of home in on the enemies. So like nothing too special, but each power up can be powered up, I think it's amount of 4 times. by collecting the same icon. Also, if you keep shooting the power-up icon, it will change to a different shape, pretty similar to the way Alistair does. Also, if you actually get your icon to flash and you pick it up, it actually acts as a smart bomb, destroying everything on screen, which does look pretty cool as well. It sort of explodes into a load of little spheres. But unfortunately, Superstar Soldier doesn't have anything to offer that other shooters on the PC Engine haven't already offered, in a better way. Nothing wrong with the game as such, a little bit slow down here and there. But you know, it sounds good, it plays fairly well. Just got nothing new. Let's call a score of 6 out of 10.